UK transgender woman convicted of sexual assault for failing to disclose gender status. Legal precedent and social debate by Free Press TV. Michael Patterson in a case stirring nationwide debate in the United Kingdom. Ciara Watkin, a 21-year-old transgender woman, has been convicted of sexual assault for not disclosing her transgender status to a male partner. The verdict, delivered at Teesside Crown Court, highlights complex intersections of consent, gender identity, and the law. The facts of the case: Watkin met her 21-year-old partner on Snapchat in June 2022. During their initial encounters, she claimed she was on her period, preventing him from engaging in sexual activity below the waist. Days later, after further meetings, she blocked contact and only revealed via text messages that she was transgender and had male genitalia. The Crown Prosecution Service (CPS) argued that by withholding this information, Watkin denied the man informed consent. Senior Crown Prosecutor Sarah Nelson stated, "It is clear from the evidence that Watkin made no attempt to inform the victim of her transgender status. The victim has made clear he would not have engaged in sexual activity if he had known, and this has had a significant impact on his mental well-being." Watkin was convicted of 2 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of assault by penetration. She is scheduled to be sentenced on October 10th. This case follows a decade of UK legal rulings on similar matters. 2012 McNally case: a 17-year-old was convicted for sexual assault after deceiving a female partner about their gender. Courts affirmed that deception about gender can invalidate consent. 2013, Gail Newland, a transgender man, was convicted for deceiving partners, highlighting the tension between identity privacy and sexual consent. 2015 to 2018 appeals: UK courts repeatedly ruled that non-disclosure of gender can amount to sexual assault, though critics note the difficulty in balancing privacy rights and consent. Across these cases, the legal trend has consistently favored protecting consent, even when it conflicts with transgender privacy. Other countries approach such cases differently. Canada prosecutes non-disclosure in sexual relationships where consent is compromised. France and Germany focus on whether deception vitiates consent, without clear precedent on gender disclosure. The United States generally addresses non-disclosure under state fraud or consent laws, resulting in inconsistent outcomes. Trans advocacy groups argue mandatory disclosure of transgender status risks privacy violations and endangers transgender people. Victim advocates stress that full knowledge is required for consent, making deception a serious offense. Legal scholars warn that expanding liability could extend to other forms of non-disclosure, such as medical history or sexual orientation. Media outlets like the BBC and regional press have reported cautiously, reflecting the sensitivity and polarizing nature of the case. Past cases involving gender deception have often been sensationalized, which critics say exacerbates stigma for the transgender community. Watkin's sentencing in October will likely become a focal point in the ongoing discussion about the boundaries of consent and gender identity. Courts have repeatedly affirmed that withholding material information, including gender history, may nullify consent, setting a legal precedent that will influence future cases. This case is more than a single conviction. It represents a continuing struggle to define consent in a modern world where gender identity and sexual autonomy intersect, as society grapples with evolving understandings of privacy, identity, and accountability. Cases like this challenge lawmakers, courts, and communities to find balance, ensuring justice while respecting the rights and safety of all individuals. Free Press TV will continue to follow this story closely, providing updates, legal analysis, and insights into its broader social implications.